Hi guys, I just thought I'd do a really quick video. You may have seen on Tumblr, I think I reblogged it, I'm not entirely sure, but my two friends from Texas, Connor and Erin, recently did their version of the accent challenge, mainly because I kind of pestered Connor into doing it, bless him. So thank you very much for that. It was really sweet of you to do it, and I really enjoyed watching the video. You guys are brilliant. I can tell that you're like the best of friends, so it was hilarious watching you two together. But one thing that I did notice is that, particularly with some of the English place names, there was a little bit of a difference between how we would say it and how you would say it. I thought that was really rather interesting. We didn't actually have any of the English place names when Claire and I did the accent challenge. So I thought what I'd do is do a really quick video to kind of go over those differences and to, I suppose just kind of highlight that American English and British English technically are different languages, I suppose. I also got asked by another Tumblr friend of mine, Alex, a question about weather, so I've actually drawn up some weather maps to try and explain that, as I didn't actually get the chance to yesterday. Anyway, so the words that were different between mine and Claire's video and Connor and Erin's were, where are we? So they got the basic, the similar ones that Claire and I had. Camera's really wonky, I've just realised. Hang on a sec. That's a bit better. Yeah, so they've got the basic ones, aren't roof, root, theatre, iron, salmon, caramel fire, water, New Orleans, pecan both, again probably Alabama lawyer, etc, etc. There are a few that were different, so aluminium, for example, we put an extra I in it, you guys take it out. It is actually spelt differently as well, so aluminum as opposed to aluminium. Quackerjack, doorknob, envelope, giraffe, predominantly Edinburgh, not Edinburgh, which is how you guys were saying it. The B-U-R-G-H bit at the end is actually the Scottish kind of variation of borough, B-O-R-O-U-G-H, so the bit that's at the end of my surname, for example. I don't know why it's spelled like that. There's probably some etymological difference, I don't know. Cardiff, London, Watermelon Journal, Yorkshire, so Erin, you were right. Derbyshire, Lord knows why it's Derby and not Derby. Worcestershire, or Worcester. Worcester is usually, it kind of trips people up, so it's rather funny. And then supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, we have that the same. Knickerbocker Glory. Knickerbocker Glory is a thing. It is an item of food. It's actually not like an ice cream sundae. I don't know why it's called a Knickerbocker Glory. Lord knows. Google it, I suppose. Why is a Knickerbocker Glory called a Knickerbocker Glory? So yeah, anyway, those are the differences between your accents and ours, I suppose. Moving on to Alex's question. I have done drawings. So we have two different weather maps. The first shows the jet stream and the fact that the jet stream can change position. So due to the fact that the Earth is on a slightly tilted axis, sort of 23.5 degrees or thereabouts, I think it changes what was slightly. As you probably know, in the winter months, or in our winter, the sun is hitting a different part of the Earth than what it would in our summer. Because of that, the jet stream in the Northern Hemisphere, which it is wibbly wobbly anyway, it's going to move. But in general, in the summer, it is more north than what it is currently in the winter. So the dotted line here, I don't know how well this is actually going to come out, the dotted line here is the jet stream position in the summer. The thicker lines coming over England, crossing out the word T, and then moving further south, kind of towards, what would that be, Essex, I suppose, are a couple of positions where the jet stream could be in the winter. Basically what the jet stream is able to do is to actually grab low pressure systems. Now our predominant low pressure systems actually are formed in Newfoundland in Canada. I don't know quite why, I just know that they are formed there, and that the jet stream has the ability to kind of pick up these low pressure systems and kind of drag them across the Atlantic Ocean. So when the jet stream is further south, England is more likely to be affected than, say, Scandinavia, or Russia, or wherever else, or just the vast expanses of sea that are in the Northern Hemisphere. Don't quite know how. I think it's just that somehow they kind of attach onto one another, because I mean the jet stream is just a sausage of moving air is all it is, and so if you've already got a vacuum going on because of a low pressure system, I dare say they can just kind of combine and one drags the other across because it's more powerful. The second is to do with something that's called Lamb weather types. So there was a guy about 1930 something, whose name was Lamb. He identified the fact that depending on where a weather system is, it will drag different kinds of air across land masses. So England, as you probably know, is surrounded mostly by sea, okay, besides Europe, which I haven't drawn on because I'm a really bad geographer. But depending on where certain pressure systems lie, it will alter the nature of our weather, basically. So, for example, if we have high pressure sitting over France, and a low pressure kind of just besides that, where we would usually have this high, a couple of different things are going to happen. So high pressure is going to squeeze out all of the condensation and moisture in the atmosphere. So France is going to be really cold, really dry. England, however, so we've got a low pressure over the Atlantic Ocean. Now, sea temperatures are usually warmer than land temperatures in winter, which means that you're going to get slightly more convection over the sea, which is important because a low pressure basically sucks that moist air up into the atmosphere, forms clouds, and it enables rain clouds to form. So basically, you've got a low pressure over the sea. It's able to move across because they usually move kind of that way. If you've got a high pressure next to it here, because the high pressure doesn't move anywhere near as quickly as the low pressure, so it's able. So this is kind of blocking the movement of this. So it's going to either move up here or down here, but it's most likely going to come up here because this is where our prevailing wind direction is. In fact, you could even once again put in jet stream into it. It's the same kind of process, just slightly different. So yeah, it's still going to form clouds, you're still going to get rain, just a vaguely different variation upon the first. I'll show you quickly. Draw a third map. So, Ireland, England, Scandinavia, France. So, tea, onions, snow. So if, for example, we had a high pressure up here and a low pressure down here, we would actually be getting drier air coming to us. I mean, maybe my high pressure is a little bit big, but imagine that kind of more over here. Because the low pressure is going to be bringing continental air, it's going to be a lot drier, it's going to be a lot colder. We're probably going to be more likely to see snow if that's the case. So, yeah, land weather types basically just state that depending on where the air is coming from, that's what it's going to mean for your weather. I'm hoping that explains it. This is the second time that I've done this video because I kind of messed up and yeah, I explained it in a way that I would understand it, but not necessarily how you guys would understand it watching. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you and hope, you know, make more sense. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea now. Bye.